Meet Natalie. Natalie loves books.
This is your brain on books. Any questions? And this is Angela. She's a very serious jazz singer.
Shooby-dooby-dooby-doop-doop-doo. And sure, we both like to stay informed, but this world sometimes, am I right? You know what we need? 30 minutes of meditation.
Pop culture meditation.
So we're here to remind you.
We get it. You're smart. But right now, take a deep breath and put your books down. Hey, Angela.
Hey.
That was too much.
Hi, Natalie.
It was too much.
I think you're coming in kind of hot.
Well, I'm coming in really hot today, everyone, because listen, I have been like a carcass for a hot minute. I just, you know what, as like a PSA, I know I'm sick of talking about it. I'm sick of hearing about it, but COVID is not gone. And we knew it wasn't gone, but this new strand is back in a real bad way.
Yeah. And it keeps coming back and just, it's more like annoying at this point, but it keeps coming back.
It's the second I had it a year ago and it wasn't that big of a deal. And then I had it last week. My brother and I had it, and it's just a thing. And I was sick, literally very ill for a full week.
I know.
It was horrible. So I'm super
sorry.
hyper. I'm super amped up because one, I can form sentences. My brain's pretty much working.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to talk about what we're going to talk about. I'm ready to talk to you, even though I do talk to you every day, and I love that we were like, so we were supposed to record the other day and I was too sick and we had already planned on not phone it in, but we were going to do one of our, Angela was like, let's just do one of our favorites. Okay. So she lists them off. I'm like, yeah. And then she says, everyone, buckle up. Today, we're going to talk about A Few Good Men.
Oh, yeah.
In 1992, Rob Reiner, Aaron Sorkin, he wrote it. He wrote a play and then this movie, screenplay, blah, blah, blah. This movie, I don't know anyone that doesn't love this movie.
I mean,
do you?
It's a courtroom drama, and we love courtroom dramas. Like,
but
everybody
even
loves a courtroom drama.
People that don't like courtroom dramas love this movie.
Right. Well, it
holds up too. It holds up.
Totally does. Every time it's on TV. Yeah. Every time it's on TV. I
don't care what part it's at. I start it. I watch it wherever it is. As if I have cable, I don't. But if I did, I would pick it up wherever it was, like on TBS or TNT or USA Network, whatever.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. And it has list off for the people, the actors in this thing. It's insane.
Well, the ensemble is bananas.
Impressive.
Yeah. So
yes. It's bananas.
God, I need to cool it. Tell me when I need to cool it.
Keep
you have
it rolling.
Free reign only on this episode today.
No, girl.
To pull the cool it card.
No,
I don't want when people tell me to calm down or shush me.
I don't.
But you can do the cool it card.
No, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to pull the cool it card on you. In fact, I'm going to tell you to ramp her up. Get pumped.
Well, don't tempt me with a good time.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
And also, your hair looks amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You obviously have fresh lights. You look like a bright light.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so the cast of this movie, and Aaron Sorkin, Rob Reiner, he directed When Harry Met Sally. He did Princess Bride. Then there was Ghost of Mississippi. I didn't know he did that movie. I didn't know he directed that. You just rewatched that. And then Aaron Sorkin, he wrote Moneyball, West Wing, Newsroom. He obviously likes these courtroom.
It's his forte.
Political shenanigans.
Yeah.
If you
thrillers, whatnot.
Types. Sure. And everyone loves the West Wing.
There's legal stuff.
Yeah, I don't know anyone that doesn't love the West Wing. I have only seen a little bit of it, and what I've seen, loved it. It's such a good
Natalie,
show.
Can I tell you what
Frank... it unifies people.
Absolutely.
Right? Hell, if we don't need that now, I don't know what we need. Well, that's my one thing.
Well, you are. Here comes Natalie.
There's my political. That's our one political comment.
Old Sage Natalie. You should be like a political commentator. That's just, I've
been asked.
Listen, Frank literally said to me last night, like music to my ears. He goes, "Hey, you know what?" And I'm like, "What?" Because we've been watching Blue Bloods.
Yep.
We made it our lifestyle on accident.
Yep.
We didn't mean to, but we did.
Well, yeah, we're trying to be funny, and then who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Blue Bloods is really happy.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you something.
They have a wild following. It's bizarre.
I can't.
They're like a super hot show, apparently.
I can't watch Tom Selleck like breathe through his nose into his mustache for one more day. Like, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what I was going to tell you is Frank said, "You know what I'm in the mood for?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "To rewatch all of West Wing." And I'm like,
and you're like, boy,
yes. Mm-hmm. I was like, "You are speaking my love language." Yeah. I love West Wing so much.
I've promised my friend Rachel Petrie that I mean, she's told me about this and I did. And then, Pete basically watched all of it.
Right.
But I couldn't catch up. It's just like, it's like a rat race. I just could never, we were never on the same episode. It was just it was mayhem because there's so many. It's overwhelming, but I know. It's worth it, I think.
It's so worth it.
Maybe I'll do that
it's so worth it.
Yeah.
And A Few Good Men kind of has some of those West Wing vibes. And that's kind of where we're going with that. Because it's got that Aaron Sorkin-y, like that dialogue and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. So get into it. So set us up, everybody. Set us up for everybody.
So the cast is Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore, Kevin Pollak, Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland, and like Noah Weil is in it. Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it. And were you as surprised as me? I guess I forgot this. That Christopher Guest was in it.
Where was he? Who was he?
Christopher Guest was one of the witnesses for the prosecution.
Oh my gosh,
he was the doctor.
They all look so different, because they're.
But
they're
he and
all
Rob Reiner are big buddies, obviously, because Rob Reiner did Spinal Tap, Princess Bride, Right. Christopher Guest and him, they're big buddies. So it's really funny that he was in this movie because you only see him as Corky St. Clair. You don't see him in military shit. Okay. So this movie is about the Marines, right? Like the Navy. And I had to write that down because they're all different. And I know that.
Right.
And I'm not, I know that. But
it gets
confusing.
It's okay. Yeah, okay. I know you know.
So this is about a guy, Private William Santiago, and he is in the Marines, and he is in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and he is tied up and beaten to death, basically, because he asked to be transferred to a different base because he was not really great at the physical requirements of being a Marine. He was slow. He was whiny. He was just kind of like a weakling compared to everybody else, I suppose. He went above people he went above his lieutenants, colonels and all that to ask to be transferred, which is a big no-no with honor and code within the Marines. By the way, the military would not endorse this movie. So they had to film on studio sets. They were never allowed to use a lot of military movies. You're allowed to film on base, a base.
Oh, really?
But because of the storyline here and how it sheds a bad light into the Navy Marines, Code Red. That's a huge thing with the Code Red was ordered to teach Santiago a lesson to train him. Now, it's going to get a little hairy. So I'm going to do the best I can with the lieutenants, the colonels, and the stuff. Okay?
Okay.
I actually am just going to call them by their actor names.
Let me say one little thing. He also had written a letter to the higher-ups saying that there was an illegal shooting and
he was going to be a whistleblower.
Snitched. Yeah, he was a whistleblower. And so they didn't like that either. And so
you don't do that either.
We got to order a Code Red.
A Code Red, which is supposed to be a Code Red is a violent punishment.
Yes.
And someone ordered a Code Red and he ended up dying, so there was a murder. And the Marines that were ordered to do, or said they were ordered to do a Code Red are Dawson and Downey. And they're these two very different Marines. One's kind of dopey. He was in Twin Peaks. And the other guy, he's the strong, he's the voice of both of them because the other one is seriously dopey. Yeah. Okay. So the movie starts with seeing what happens to Santiago. Okay. We see him getting tied up and the plot of the movie is the case around the murder trial around Santiago and these two Marines, and the prosecution, who is Kevin Bacon, they're prosecuting to send them to prison for life for murder because they said they were not ordered a code red.
Right.
And then Tom Cruise, Demi Moore, and Kevin Pollak are on the same legal team as the defending Downey and Dawson to prove that they were only executing the orders that they were given. And that's why it wasn't murder.
Right.
Okay.
Got it. Wow, you really, Natalie, hang on, Natalie. I just want to give you a hand because
thank you.
Wow, you really got me through that. I mean, I had to take a break.
You.
Okay. Yeah, great job.
So I just
let's get into the nitty-gritty
plot stuff. Yeah. Now let's get into the stuff. So I'm going to let you talk about,
I've got
go
my impressions.
Let's talk about your impressions. And I have go ahead.
I mean, first of all, one thing I love about this movie is right off the bat, I love a movie that starts off with like a Rockettes style kick line, only with rifles, right? It's like a full-on precision.
My jaw was open. My mouth was open. I didn't realize it was mesmerizing.
I forgot all about that opening scene. It's mesmerizing because usually when A Few Good Men comes on, it's because it's on TV or something.
You don't catch the beginning.
You don't catch the beginning, and it's really good. You don't
catch the intro credits.
Yeah, the intro credits are really good. There's this whole gun line, precision thing going on.
Beautiful.
And then, right off the bat, we see that it's Demi Moore, and she is trying to get this gig to be the lead counsel on this case. She goes into her superiors, and they're like, well, you're not really going to do this. You haven't really tried any cases, even though you're probably a good lawyer. And it's just like, it sets the tone immediately in this film for Demi Moore being obviously brilliant and smart and capable and great.
High up in the Marines.
Super high up. And yet she's still going to be...
Because she's a woman.
Not taken seriously.
Right.
Because
she's
a woman.
Lieutenant Commander.
Right. And she's special counsel for internal affairs, and she's supposed to be watching over the case. And then what we find out is that an attorney has been assigned to the case, and it's Daniel, is it Caffey? Caffey. And that's Tom Cruise.
Yes.
And what happens? She goes and
Well, he's known for plea bargains. He's like the guy that can get a plea bargain done really quickly. And so Demi Moore knows that the Marines want this to go away because it doesn't look good for anybody, no matter what the deal is.
Right.
But she thinks that there's way more to it. She's the one that brought up Code Red. It's not in the manual. It's not in the books because it's super off the books. Like, you're not supposed to do Code Reds. And if it is, it's supposed to be pretty, not that big of a deal, but it's definitely not in like the manuals at all.
Right.
It's not, you don't learn it unless you learn it while you're in it.
Yeah.
And she thinks that these guys were ordered to do this, and so it wasn't their fault.
Right.
And Tom Cruise is this arrogant, used car salesman of a bro.
Oh my God.
Who is so smacky. And I say that metaphorically and literally because he comes in like eating an apple and like smacking an apple in this meeting, just so disrespectful, no regard to Demi Moore because she's a woman, even though she's above him in rank.
Yes.
And side note, I have to say, and I have to just take a second, Tom Cruise is a fucking amazing actor. He really, really is.
Again, here we go with this. He is.
He is so good. He's such a great actor. He is.
Know. He just is.
He really is.
I know. Okay. I remember when we saw this in the theater in 1992, my sister's husband at the time said to me, like, well, I guess we've seen that Tom Cruise is a really good actor. Like, this was really like,
I say it all the time. He's because of the Scientology shit. But I look.
Yeah, I know.
I can't. He's so talented. He's so good. He's consistent too. I don't really know. I can't think of a movie I didn't like that he was in. Really, I'm sure there are some.
I'm sure.
Anywho, so now he gets the case. They expect him to plead out so that this goes away.
Yeah.
Well, he does his research, blah, blah, grows a conscience. Good for him. He decides to grow up and like read the documents, and he decides to put in a not guilty plea, which everyone is super shocked about. So they're going to go to trial.
Right.
And that's when it gets really like messy, and, all these like secrets of the Marines are coming out, and Kiefer Sutherland is this Marine that works below. So Jack Nicholson's like the head honcho in this movie, Marine.
Yes.
Okay, he's
Colonel Jessup.
And he's like the main, Colonel Jessup. He's the main dude. And he's real intense. He was nominated for Academy Award. He's in the movie for, I think, a total of 10 minutes if you put it all together.
But they go to Guantanamo to talk to him and say, like, we just need to talk to you about this situation that happened with Santiago and blah, blah, blah. And right off the bat, you see Jack Nicholson just, holy cow. You're like, this is what I'm looking for from Jack. It's more Jack Nicholson-y than you can even imagine.
Jack Nicholson-y.
You can tell.
He really shines Jack Nicholson-y in this one.
Yeah, you can tell that he is enjoying the hell out of this role.
And that is actually part of the trivia. They said that no one had more, like everybody had such a wonderful experience making this movie. And they said nobody had more fun than Jack Nicholson. He loved it, every minute of it.
And you can tell because he is so fully embodied as this colonel and is just playing it so perfectly with like the intensity and, you know, I'm out here guarding these people. We were out on the wall every day with guns pointed at our heads from Cuba, you know, like this whole intense
He's mad.
thing.
And
the whole really mad.
And right below him is Kiefer Sutherland is this, shocker, he plays an asshole. He plays a scary asshole. Can you believe it? Remember when he never hasn't played a scary asshole?
I know. We're just talking about the Lost Boys. It's like
I mean, he's good at his craft. That was a good path for him in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s.
I remember at that point in the 90s thinking like, am I attracted to Kiefer Sutherland? Like,
yes and no. Yes and no.
Yes and no. Like he always kind of plays an asshole, but he's kind of good looking, but then he's got those earlobes. So I don't know, you know? He's
hunky, but he scares me. I don't know. It's like a little dangerous, but like for real dangerous. Like I could get killed dangerous, like not the fun kind, but like also like you're interesting. Like I want to ask you more questions, but I'm scared to ask you questions because are you going to kill me? Like you just don't know where you're going to go. Right?
You don't know. You don't know if he's going to flip. You don't know.
Right. You don't know what's coming with him. He's a wild card.
Right.
But they're saying that the code red was ordered ultimately by Colonel Jessup, Jack Nicholson, who told Kiefer Sutherland to order it to Dawson and Downey.
McKinnon. McKendry. I can't remember. Something.
I just have Kiefer S. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And so they're covering it up. They're lying and obviously, spoiler alert, they did order the code red. A code red was ordered.
Spoiler alert.
And you already know you see the scene where they're like setting it up that there's a spoiler alert. I mean, that they had a meeting about it and one guy was like, don't do it. And then Jack Nicholson like, I think we should do it, teach him a lesson. They didn't expect him to die, but he super died. He was super murdered. Super died.
He got unalived, as the kids say.
That's the unfolding, like, and then it's just like, and then there's the trial. So, the trial is when like all the action really happens. So, Kevin Bacon's the prosecutor, which great haircut. I love Kevin Bacon. I love his hair so much, but I don't hate him with a buzz cut.
Natalie, I agree. I was watching just little snippets of it today just to refresh. I mean,
he's got Riz, man.
He's got
Riz, that dude.
He's just got Riz. I don't necessarily think he's like traditionally good looking necessarily.
No, he's not.
But he's got Riz, man.
Yeah,
he's got
he seems like a neat guy. Also,
yeah, I know.
I love his Instagram. You should.
Oh,
I'm obsessed.
Just today, everybody
with him and
singing with Kira.
Oh, anyway,
so good,
and he's scary.
Totally,
he's like a less threatening Kiefer Sutherland, whom I think has played darker, deeper, scarier characters.
Yes.
I mean, we can't talk about Sleepers because this is a family show, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and River Wild.
He plays a pervert. River Wild, it was like he was scary, but he's played a lot of perverts.
Ugh.
Unfortunately, he's good at playing the pervert. But he's an actor. Okay,
he is.
It's
acting.
Craft.
It's acting.
So the trial happens. You know, we go through the whole like Tom Cruise, like we're not going to win. We're not going to do this, and then he calls Colonel Jessup to the stand, which is a huge risk for his entire career because he's the big dog. Nobody fucks with Colonel Jessup. Nobody messes with Jack Nicholson, right?
No.
Until Tom Cruise comes along. Yeah. And he calls him to the witness stand and he figures out a way to get him to admit to ordering the code red.
Right. And
that's the movie.
Yep. He's like, if I can just intimidate the guy hard enough, he will have so much pride.
Piss him off enough.
He will have to admit that he ordered the code red.
Because he's so arrogant and he's so
arrogant
who he is that he's going to want to claim, he's going to want to take credit.
Yes.
As though it was a good thing because he's going to get him all riled up, which is exactly what happened.
About protecting this country and all those things.
Right.
And it's like, Colonel Jessup is the ends justify the means guy. That's his vibe.
1,000,000%.
So he's and I have to say, like, why is it that I love a courtroom drama so much? It's partly because when somebody is like above the law, or they think they're above the law, and they think that they're just going to get away with shit every time, and then they're arrogant like Jack Nicholson and blah, 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 and then they're put on the stand, and then it's like, nope.
No,
you're not.
And they're not. And like, it's more fun when it's not someone in their own defense. Like when people take the stand and they've murdered somebody, I'm like, you're toast.
I know what you mean.
And then also, but when like Jack Nicholson is asked to do it, it's different.
Exactly. It hits different.
So yeah, it does hit different. And we have like, have a lot more to talk about. So I want to know. So we've done the plot. Everybody knows the movie. We said our favorite parts. Obviously, our favorite part is everyone's favorite part. It's one of the most quotable movies ever made.
Yes.
With the back and forth with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson in the courtroom. That's just it's iconic.
All of Jack's one-liners. He's like pissed
off.
You
know the movie. You hear one sentence and you know exactly where it came from, no matter who you are.
Yep.
So I thought we would go through that.
Oh, great.
I have the script here.
I
don't know where you want to go through. You want to start where Colonel Jessup starts with "You little bastard," or you want to let's keep going? Oh, here we go. You need to start. So this is going to be hard because Tom Cruise gets interrupted by the judge.
Yes.
Building up to it.
Start with you had Markinson sign a phony transfer order. You want to go further back than that?
Oh yeah, do that.
Okay. So I'm going to play Tom. I'm going to play Tom Cruise.
We're doing some improv.
We're going to do a little. We're going to read through this.
It's a script. We're just doing a read through.
So here's how it goes. So Daniel Kaffee is Tom Cruise's character. He's the attorney. And here's what he says to Jack Nicholson. And here we go. You had Markinson sign a phony transfer order. You doctored the logbook. Wait. Sorry. Let me start over.
Okay.
You had Markinson sign a phony transfer order. Judge, you doctored the law books. Damn it, Kaffee! That's Ross, the other attorney. I'll ask for the fourth time. You ordered...
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to them.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Well done, Natalie. Now,
I would do that again, but we have more to do.
I'd like to...
Off the cuff, I was nervous.
I'd like you to give me that again. Give it to me one more time. Just go a little bit bigger with it. Can you just go a little bigger with "You can't handle the truth"?
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, and then can you go a little even bigger still?
No.
Come on.
Hold on, let me get into I have to be Colonel Jessup. Just it takes a second.
Get into the zone. Get in the zone.
You can't handle the truth.
Good. Okay, now give me one with an odd inflection, like
you can't handle the truth.
And like you just woke up from a night of drinking.
You can't handle the truth.
Now, like you're talking to a curious 3-year-old.
You can't handle the truth?
Now, do it like Sound of Music style.
You can't handle the truth.
Okay, great. Now, like you're on the set of Steel Magnolias.
You can't handle the truth.
Now, like you're in a job interview.
You can't handle the truth?
Now, like you're telling a very secret.
Psst. You can't handle the truth.
Now, give it to me with a lot of anxiety.
You can't handle the truth?
Now, with a lot of uncertainty.
You can't handle the truth?
Oh, so good, Natalie. Now, one more time, like you're at the gyno and you're in the stirrups.
You can't handle the truth.
Great, Natalie. And now one more time, like you've been pulled over and you're talking to the officer.
The way I should do it or the way Natalie would do it?
The way Natalie would do it.
Okay. You can't handle the truth.
All right. Good. Natalie, what an acting lesson. What a wonderful sense of acting you have. Gosh, that was good. Thank you so much for doing that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ange.
Hey, you're welcome. So anyway, I just, I don't really know what else there is to say about this movie. The ending is corny AF.
Oh my God. No, can't not. Sorry. This is important. The ending of this movie so they win the case, but the Downey and Dawson are dishonorably charged. Like they still suck for accidentally killing someone. Okay.
Right.
You do get a little punishment, but they don't go to jail.
Right.
None of that, but they are dishonorably charged.
Dishonorably discharged from the Marines.
I hate all of that, but yes.
Discharge is not a good word.
No. So that's like how that goes. But the end and then Kevin Bacon and everyone left the courtroom. Kevin Bacon and Tom Cruise are like, "Hey, bud," and like basically high-fiving, sports guy chest bumping, all but like skipping out of there.
I know.
To this it's this weird Rob Reiner rom-com ending, and they're like best friends again. And after they had a screaming moment, anyway, they were like basically, "I love you," and then the end is like the end in cursive. Okay.
I know.
Complete disconnect.
I know.
Completely not of the caliber of what this movie. It's bizarre.
The seriousness is what did I say? The seriousness of the film ends with this corny, like happy little, "Hey man, see you around at the courthouse." Yeah.
Later, bro.
Hey, later, bro.
They basically get on their scooters and scoot off.
Seriously, it is like that.
The end in cursive.
Yeah, and then I want to say the other thing that was kind of weird to me is the closing credits. It's like a Sousa march. It's all and you're just like, shouldn't this have like a little bit darker music behind it?
They may as well have played like a Dido song or like a Sarah McLachlan, but but like Building a Mystery. I mean, it was like not a sad song. It was just a disconnect. Yes. It was a complete disconnect, but it was totally I even started laughing. I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. Weird.
Right.
It was weird.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So you know what time it is.
I do know what time it is.
And we've been holding our tongue this whole episode for this discussion.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Today's pit stop, and Angela's going to kick it off because I was late to the game on this one.
Oh boy. Natalie.
We're going to talk about Demi Moore's hair in A Few Good Men. And I have loved this haircut. I thought it was a hairdo my whole life. And I was like, first of all, as a disclaimer, before we get into the nitty gritty.
Yes.
I will and always have had and will have hair envy of Demi Moore. Okay. Every haircut, 100%. Ghost, G.I. Jane. Okay.
I know.
The woman looks good with a shaved head. Straight up.
100%.
Okay.
It's impossible to make her look bad.
You were the one that like made me more aware of this to the oh shit moment in the movie where you discover that Angela? Go.
Yes. So this is Put Your Books Down, and I know I'm a terrible person, but look, we love her dearly, and I think she's great, but what that hair is doing is it's like if you took like a racing bicycle helmet, like those ones that have like a slope at the back with like the little ducktail thing. You think what you're in for is like maybe like a Gibson girl updo with like it's tucked up, like it's been like, braided. It's like coiffure,
mad
like
topsy tail, topsy tails.
Yeah, like a topsy tail, like it's all tucked under, and like maybe it's like braided up in there, and then it's just like an updo.
It's coiffed.
It's coiffed. That's what you think you're in for. That's what you think is happening.
You believe that till the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, because in the front, it's beautiful. In the front, it's gorgeous. Like her hair is beautiful. And then you see the back of her head in that one scene where she's sitting in the restaurant maybe they're at his house.
It's the flannel top.
And she's wearing a flannel shirt, and the camera is behind her, and and you see the back of her head really close up, and you suddenly realize, no, this is like blown in wings into a major like ducktail back. Like, is this like
it's like she used two hair dryers, one for the front and one for the back to go in opposite directions.
I don't even know.
And I'm pretty sure it was shaved
underneath.
Tightly, but not the cool way. Like when we were young, we all shaved underneath our hair, like and wore our hair up.
No, no, that's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're doing here.
It's not.
And so I looked this up on the internet because I was aghast, Natalie. I was aghast. I mean, what did you say?
I didn't believe you.
You didn't believe me. I
didn't believe. I was like, no, it's a short haircut. Like it's the cutest short haircut in the world. And you're like, no.
It's weird.
I was like, she's wearing it up. No.
Right, because you thought she was wearing her hair up and you were like,
I thought it was pinned.
We agree on this.
And I was like, I don't know, man.
So here's what somebody on the internet had to say, and I just have to use this quote because I thought it was perfect. Nothing can avert the hapless viewer's eyes from the crime against humanity that is Demi's hair. From the front, it looks like it might be a nice chignon. No, it is a short bicycle seat-shaped apparatus like brown steel wool glued at a 45-degree angle on the back of her head, which is exactly what it is.
Straight up. It's physically, literally, metaphorically, all accurate. I felt duped. I felt deceived that this was not a fabulous updo that she was wearing nonstop to be treated like a peer with these men. Because she can't have like long, pretty hair because she's a woman. She's in the Marines and they already shitty to her.
Right.
So
she has to have short. She's got to have a short updo or whatever.
The thickness of this, you know why? Because we compare it to Ghost. Okay,
exactly.
That's perfection, right?
Exactly.
When you compare this short, this woman can pull off a short haircut like nobody's
no
business.
One's business. Yes.
No one's business. We've seen it. This was wildly out of control, reckless, and borderline hurtful. Because if anyone is going to be able to do this, it's her. But even then, the back is not a party. There's that haircut. It's like short in the front, party in the back.
Yeah, no, it's not a party.
I wouldn't cheers to this party.
It's not.
And I kind of don't want an invitation either.
No, it's not a party back there.
I would RSVP busy if I got invited to that party. Straight up.
I know. And
it's not great.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Demi because obviously we
worship
her.
I mean, absolutely.
You know her. You're like her best friend because she almost
She hit me in the head with her paddle. Yep.
Right.
That's right.
We're sorry, Demi.
We're basically best friends, and I'll call her. You know what? I'll call her later.
Yeah.
I'll explain. You know what? She'll probably agree.
She's probably heard this before.
This isn't her first rodeo on this conversation.
No. But I do want to say this. I did see some red carpet pics like around that time of her and Bruce, and she still had the hair.
I need you to send me those.
But I betcha she was filming it at the time or something.
I guess so.
And she had that hair. Anyway, it was a crime. That hair was a crime. Remember that episode where we did with Matt Ravey and I said I liked Julia Ormond's hair and Sabrina and he went ballistic on me and was like, that hair was terrible. You were
staring at the business end of a righteous hissy fit that was, I was on the same page.
I'd like to know.
With Matt Ravey on that one. He was not wrong.
Nope.
You ended up kind of changing your mind after his argument.
Well, I was actually...
His reaction jolted you into reality. A little bit. Because it's a little similar to that haircut's a bit... I thought it was pinned up too. Okay. I thought that was a pinned up haircut.
Ugh.
Two Sims.
Yeah.
Well, I feel better that we got that off our chest, and I feel that we are maybe validating other people and also shedding light to that it's not a Topsy-Tail inspiration, which, it's not. It's just not. So
it's not.
Don't be fooled.
Mm-hmm. Don't be fooled, everybody. If you're going to watch A Few Good Men, go in with open eyes. Go in with open eyes.
I had blinders on decades. I just rebuked. I wouldn't see that. Just wouldn't see it. I made up that I saw bobby pins. I really thought I did, but that's what the mind does to you. It plays tricks when you've been deceived so hard. So.
Because the front is beautiful.
She's amazing. Yeah,
it's beautiful in the front.
Yes, It was just too much business in the back. Way too much business. Like documents. It was basically like her case file load on that case was buried up in the back of her head. It looked like 8 million stacks of paper. And they're not all in one stack. They're all loose, like not all together. They're like different. Is it too much? It's too much. Okay.
You're too okay.
You get
now I'm gonna have to
tell me to cool it.
Cool it, Natalie. Okay. Just cool it, okay?
Well, before we wrap up, I want to touch base on our book.
Oh my gosh, yes, our book.
People are reading the book.
Yes.
Lessons in Chemistry.
Yes, it's so good.
I'm on like chapter 10.
Okay, yeah, I'm on like chapter 4 or something, and I'm already just sucked right in.
I love it.
You know, I'm not a good reader. I mean, I'm a good reader. I read well, but I don't remember to read. You know?
Yeah, you have to make time.
I have to make time, and I can't read when it's nighttime because I will just fall asleep.
Oh, no. No, it has to be daytime. Like outside.
Daytime reading. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But this book is really good. It's about this woman, Elizabeth Zott. Is that the main character's name?
I think so.
And she's a powerful, brilliant, strong, amazing, like chemist.
Yes.
Major intellect.
Yes.
And we're learning about her life, and we're learning about her relationship with Calvin Evans. Is that his name? Calvin? Okay.
I don't remember.
Well, the fact that I'm spitting off all this information is
really good.
I mean, I want to remember that. I want to remember this moment.
Remember it.
But anyway, I'm really loving the book so far. I know we're not that far in, but I would love any listeners that are reading the book to send us messages. Like we can create like a group DM chat to discuss the book if you guys would like. I think we should start that, but someone needs to. I know our friend Hannah is reading it. My friend Katie is reading it. Holly already read it. Like a lot of people already read it. So if you just want to talk about it without spoiling it, other than like I like to know like big stuff. Like if tell me when someone dies. But anyway, we should do that for this week's podcast.
Yeah.
And just
I don't know what
started.
day this podcast comes out, but it'll be
obviously
sometime
this
in September.
August book of the month is now really September.
Yeah. But it's going to be until it's done.
We jumped the gun on announcing that we were doing this.
We did. But at the same time, this is Put Your Books Down. This is not the library. And so I don't really GAF when people read it. So this is going to come out on September 5th, apparently.
Okay.
This episode.
I think we need to, this is just going to be the fall book. I think this book should just be for all of fall.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect.
Take your time.
Take your time, everybody.
Take your time.
Gentle. This is gentle.
Yeah.
Gentle
book
club.
Pick it up, put it down. Pick it up, put it down.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
There are no rules.
There's no rules.
It's cool.
Put your books down.
Yeah. We're soups chill.
Super chill.
At PYBD. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so well, I think it's time to wrap her up, babe.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just want to say to you, I love you. I love doing this podcast with you. To all of our listeners, we love all of you so much. Once again, thank you for listening to us. Please write those reviews. Keep them coming. I keep hearing from somebody every week. Somebody tells me they're listening to the podcast and they text me or email me and they're like laughing. They're like, you two are a couple of clowns. And I'm like,
I'll take it.
No, I'll take it.
I'll take it. The nuns called me that in high school and that was they thought that would hurt my feelings and it didn't.
Right.
It pushed me.
They called you a clown?
Yeah.
Like a class clown?
Mesh. Not in that way, but I took
like in the mean way?
You know what? Oh, they used an R word before the clown.
What? Yeah. The nuns?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they don't teach much anymore.
Okay, so
any nuns listening, all I can say to you is sorry about it.
Sorry.
Anyway, and shame to yourselves. So anyway, I love
everybody
you so much.
Watch
Thank
the
you
episodes
for
on
being
YouTube.
You and everything, and watch our YouTubes and listeners. We love you. We're obsessed with you. I could spread you on a cracker.
Okay.
Well, that's supposed to be a term of endearment. No?
Well, no, it is. I guess it is.
It means like eat you up.
Uh-huh.
You don't get me.
Well, it's okay. I love you. Just joking.
I love you too.
I just like to give you crap.
I know. You're good at it.
Okay, so Natalie, wrap her up.
Yes.
Let's wrap her up.
Okay. I introduced you.
Okay, well then I'd like to say to you, thank you for allowing me to chat with you today. And I hope that you are having a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful evening. And to everybody listening, we hope you're having a wonderful day. And to you, I would like to say Namaste, roly brushing my hair.
Namaste, code red free. No code reds.
No code reds for this cowgirl.
No.
Because you can't handle the truth.
Oh, God, that's going to be a really doozy episode. Love you.
Yeah. Love you, too. Can't
Bye.
handle the truth. Can't handle the truth. Bye.
Now, isn't that better? Thanks for listening. Feel free to leave us a review and be sure to subscribe wherever you get your shows. Put Your Books Down is produced by ClantonCreative.com.